Hi all, welcome back to the channel, and just a little update on the Citroen Berlingo that we had. As you know, it's a Cat N due to misfuel or contaminated fuel, as it says. After doing a lot of checks on it, we managed to get it up and running, but we keep ending up with a code of P008B, which apparently is high pressure in the low pressure system. So we had a lot of comments about it, and could be low pressure fuel pump and all this sort of stuff, but all I'm getting, looked on the internet, no real answers on that. But if you turn the pump on in the back, if you have a listen, okay, so you hear the first pump kick in, and then you hear this hissing noise from the back. We'll just do it again. So I hope you can hear that. So basically the fuel's going up, but it's not been allowed to return properly, and therefore the pump releasing the boot in the tank is expanding out and releasing off the pressure, which is after 2 minutes of running, we get the code on the dashboard that says fault. So we're going to change the high pressure fuel pump, because after speaking to people about it, they tell me that there is a line, and I think you see it on this video, on that one there, which goes into the fuel pump there, that should then switch over and then allow it to come back up and down to the tank. But at the moment, it's not actually happening. So we'll go for putting a fuel pump on the outside of the engine first, see if it works, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so we can see that the original fuel pump is still in place down there, and the second-hand fuel pump that I've bought is sitting there. So what we've done, we'll just go over this side, we've put on the fuel line in and the fuel line return, and we've also connected the high pressure outlet to the rail. So what will happen now is hopefully this side here should let the fuel coming up on the key return back to the tank, because at the moment it's not allowing it to come through, and that's giving me the code P008B. So we'll go around and we'll turn the key and we'll see what happens. Let's have a look. So before, we were getting the noise at the back of the tank where it pressures up and then releases. So let's have a turn of the key. Okay, so that's one turn. I don't know if you can hear that. That's just the fuel coming up. No problem at all. We'll go for a second one. Okay. And I don't think you could hear that, but on the second turn of the key, that pump there then actually opened up and let the extra pressure go back to the tank. So now we're not getting that overpressure in the tank. There we are. So all you can hear there is the fuel coming up, returning and going back to the tank. So that looks like we've actually fixed the problem with that code, and it was actually the fuel pump that wasn't allowing it to return. So what we'll do, we'll change the rest of this pump over, and then I'll catch you in the next part, and hopefully it'll all be running with no codes. Okay, so the new high pressure pump has all been fitted. I've put most of the engine back on there now. Airbox and that is just temporary on there, just so I can run the engine for a while, and then we'll come back and check it. So we just come round to the car. So originally, like we said, was getting an extra noise from the back with the old fuel pump. So we'll now check the noise. We'll turn the fuel pump on. So all we heard there was the normal fuel pump running, no high pressure. We'll try it once more. There's the fuel pump. No high pressure. So if we get into the car, what we'll do, we'll start the car. So basically, the story behind the car, I bought it from Copart It said it was a non-runner. After the investigation and speaking to people at Citroen's, they say it's a mobility car. It come in, they diagnosed it as contaminated diesel. It was a non-runner. They gave the quote to Mobility to have it all fixed, but Mobility weren't having none of it. So obviously they've taken the car away and spoke to the insurance and wrote the car off. So it's a Cat N just because contaminated fuel, obviously, and a damaged fuel pump. So usually when this car's running, I could get it to run and it would run for about a minute or so, and then the light would come on. Engine manager light, no, the service light would come on saying I had a problem. So at the moment it's been running now for a minute or so. No engine management light, no service light. So I think it's good to say that this one is fixed, but I'll put it all together and give it a run out. And this was the problem I had with the P008B code. Not to say it's everybody's problem, but this is the problem I had, and this is how the problem was fixed. If you did like the video and it did help you out, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you've got any questions on anything I've done in the video, by all means leave a comment and we'll get back to you. Thanks very much.